Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career right at the heart of modern hospitality operations. I'm so pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. Now, in our industry, if you're standing still, you're actually falling behind. So, how do you not just keep up, but really get ahead? Well, it all boils down to one powerful idea: continuous improvement. And in this explainer, we're going to break down what that really means and how you can make it the key to becoming a true leader. Let's get started. So here's our roadmap. First, we'll look at why the hospitality landscape is changing so fast and why the old ways just don't work anymore. Then we'll dive into the lifelong learning mindset you absolutely need to succeed today. After that, we'll get practical with some key tools for your growth and talk about the real professional and personal payoff for you. We'll also see how your individual growth can lift up an entire organization. And finally, we'll connect all the dots to show how this puts you directly on the path to leadership. Okay, let's start with the big picture. We need to understand the world we're operating in, because the one thing you can always count on in hospitality is change. And that means our approach to our own development has to change too. I mean, just think about it for a second. A few years ago, could you have imagined how much demand there'd be for things like contactless check-ins or hyper-personalized guest experiences, all driven by data? What your guests want is changing all the time, and believe me, your competition is getting smarter every single day. And in an environment like this, what you learned in school or last year, well, it might not be enough for next year. This is why continuous improvement isn't just some nice little phrase, it's absolutely essential for your survival and your success. So if everything's in constant motion, how do you thrive? How do you stay on top of your game? Well, it all begins with your mindset. It's about a fundamental shift, moving away from seeing your education as a one-and-done event and instead embracing it as a professional commitment for your entire career. And this chart here really spells out the difference. You see, the old model was you go to school, you graduate, you're done learning. But today, that's a recipe for becoming irrelevant. The modern continuous mindset is all about an ongoing daily commitment to getting just a little bit better. It means you're always curious, you're adaptable, and, maybe most importantly, you start to see change not as a threat, but as a huge opportunity to grow. All right, having the right mindset is absolutely crucial, but it's only half the story. So how do you actually put it into practice? The next step is all about building a few simple but really powerful habits that turn every single workday into a chance to learn and progress. So how do we do this? It really comes down to two key habits. First, systematic reflection. After a big client negotiation or a tricky situation with a guest, just take 5 minutes. That's it. Ask yourself, what went really well? And what would I do differently next time? This simple act turns that raw experience into actual wisdom. And second, actively seek out feedback. The people around you, your boss, your coworkers, even your guests, they see things you can't. Their insights are like gold. They help you find your blind spots and grow so much faster than you ever could on your own. Now, let's talk about the payoff, because this commitment to continuous improvement isn't just some abstract concept. It delivers real, tangible rewards that will absolutely shape your career and your personal growth. This is the what's in it for me part. You know, as you really lean into this journey, you're going to see a real transformation in yourself. You'll become way more adaptable, able to handle a last-minute event change or a unique guest request without breaking a sweat. You'll build resilience so one tough complaint doesn't throw off your whole day. You'll build your reputation on strong ethics, becoming that person everyone trusts. And you'll develop this deep, genuine confidence, not arrogance, but that quiet self-assurance that comes from knowing you've done the work. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Real professional confidence isn't about faking it till you make it. It's that solid, quiet feeling that comes from consistent preparation and real-world experience. It's something you earn, not something you assume. And it's something your team and your guests can truly feel. Okay, so we've talked about you. Now let's zoom out for a second. Because this journey of personal growth doesn't happen in a bubble. When you and your colleagues embrace it, it has the power to lift up the entire organization and create a real culture of excellence. When an entire organization starts to value learning, amazing things start to happen. You see, employee engagement just skyrocket because people know there are opportunities to grow. Collaboration gets better because teams are openly sharing knowledge and solving problems together way faster. And this is a big one, it fosters innovation. All that new knowledge leads to new ideas, and that's what gives a hotel or brand its competitive edge. So, where does this all lead? It all leads back to you. Let's connect to these final dots and see how this entire journey is what transforms you from a learner into a leader. Ultimately, continuous improvement changes your career from just being a static job description into a dynamic, exciting journey of growth. As you build your skills, strengthen your mindset, and collect experience, you just naturally become ready for more responsibility. You're no longer just doing a job, you're actively building the skills, the credibility, and the vision that leadership requires. In an industry that's evolving as quickly as ours, the people who embrace lifelong learning are the ones positioning themselves not just to succeed today, but to lead tomorrow. This whole commitment is about getting ready for what's next. So, the only question left is the one for you. Are you ready to begin that journey?